Hello and welcome back everybody to Legend Series. We're almost live in the first game of the day between QB Fire and Team Tricked. It's a best of two, so make sure you're sticking about. Make sure you got your coffee at the ready. Sometimes a very long day. But this one is going to be live on train very, very shortly, and they're getting into the game now. 9 of them are in, and we are actually live in this warm-up, so they're just messing about. We should be in with this knife round very, very shortly. I was predicting a train, but we're not going to be seeing one. It's Cash the Mirage. Fun fact, it's the two most played maps in Legend Series. Pride and Kopzaka both playing 3 series on this map. On both these maps, in fact. They both played Cash 3 times, Mirage 3 times. A lot of the reason why this is by far and away the most 2 played maps here. And that's even considering that teams get rewarded for diversifying their map pool. They get more points if they play a wider variety of maps. Looks like it is going to be an easy knife round for QB Fire though. So probably starting off on that CT side. That's normally what we see of a team. Metal Muxa says, my favourite caster. This guy knows what he's talking about. Welcome, Metal Muxa. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Already, before the party's really got started, already the compliments. Show me more butterfly. I'll get in a paddling pool and show you butterfly stroke. If you're not too careful. It's a push towards the A site. Tricked going for this 2-3 split. Normally not seeing too many people towards Squeaky, but this time 3 players. I'd likely be seeing a smoke right outside of Squeaky to aid their push out, but Kvik is right on top and he finds a quick shot. He's going to be chased away. There's still a player at quad. He only finds 1 kill and Boomich is already behind. Here's all the information. He's going to find that first kill as well. Sadeka actually pushing out for it, and he finds both. Nice 1-2 combo there from him, and it's only Waterfalls left. He's sneaking his way through as well. There's the first, and Lucky's stuck in the back of this site. Waterfalls has plenty of time, and he's tapping Lucky away, but Lucky's going to find the headshot in return. That's a nice start from Trick to, and now kind of very wobbly. Thanks to a couple of roster changes, you can see this is not the Team Trick that we saw last week. They like to play a lot of these Tuesday games. They play most Tuesdays, in fact. And this is certainly not the roster that we saw last week. AK-47 spray down. I'd like to see Lucky fall off this angle, especially being flashed. Can't take these engagements. It's so dangerous just to go for a wide peek. Shaney44 says, how many games, Squid? Depends what you say. That's not a very specific question, my friend. There are 2 best of 2s today. This is day 11 at Legend Series. Can you imagine it? It feels like yesterday we started, but this is our 6th week of broadcast. We've got a lot more. We're not even halfway through yet. 12 teams all have to play each other. Yeah, 4 best of 2s a week, 2 a day, 2 today. Lucky trying out his wall hacks, can't get him to work. Nice flash into main, double peek as well from Tricked. They should be able to rip this one apart considering that they're against pistols, but Shimka gonna literally straight face that. Bulb is here with the deagle. Snecker had that angle. Waterfalls walks right into him. Now both these CTs are pretty low. I'd like to see them fall back here. Obviously, a confident team like QB Fire will probably just be going for exits, stopping Trick from picking up 4 AK-47s. You can see Shimga. He salvaged a Galil of his own, and it's back towards CT spawn. He's got that on his back. Shaney44 says, yeah, just what I wanted to know. I'm here to give you the information. I'm like a bulletin. a news bulletin. I'm going to tell you, I'm literally going to read the news. Then I'm going to cast it. And have fun and look good when I do it. That's what's going to happen. Mac 10 out for Regin. Doesn't feel like this is going to be a secondary force buy, instead wanting to farm the cash. He's going straight towards the A site, and they're going to charge into him, I feel. He's going to have a lot of targets here with the SMG. The first man out, and remember, he's going to give away only a Mac 10 from that death, so doesn't matter too much. A 1-for-1 trade is quick. Is going to be able to finish him off pretty damn easy. Couple of kills coming through for QB Fire, and there's a third as well. Just lucky left in a 1 versus 3 now. He's going to have to do some big work on this B bomb site. Is QB Fire definitely going to go for this one? They might not have armor, and they might actually funnel into him, but he has to hit the shots, and it's a double spray down straight through vents. Quick, going to find him. Mr. Ribber, or Mr. Ryber, don't know how that's pronounced, but he says he's now sticking about. That's what I want. I want him to stick around. Now I'm definitely sticking around. Stick around, my friend. And talk to me, because I'm on my own today. Don't have a co-caster with me, so that's exactly what we want. Orps for both sides. Waterfalls, obviously, that AWPer. With Rixo gone, it's Snecker picking up the scoped rifle. He's going to find a kill right off the bat. That was actually towards mid, I think. I didn't even see it. It was so damn fast. Blink and you miss it. And Chimka gets that trade. Actually kind of disappointing to see Tricked fall for boosts like that. The kill that Snecker got was actually the B-face. He got it right off the bat, but doesn't matter all too much. It's going to be a minute on the clock in Tricked running around on towards the A site. They've got players all over. This is such a messy round from them. Shimka's got the AWP as well. Molid out of position there, so quick. That's the back line. That was pretty fast. Now Trick need to burst out onto the A site, and it's ANJ for the first man. Snecker's got this AWP, so they're going to need all 5 kills between the two of them as that bomb goes down and the smokes are posted. Snecker needs to be a bit more aggressive with this AWP. I want to see him even up the numbers here and turn this into a 3 versus... well, 2 versus 2, but Boomich going to take a secondary angle, and Shimka, they're just waiting for the peaks. Snecker obviously wanting to get an initial frag. The flashes are great as well, but QB Fire, they're all out of utility apart from that single smoke on Shimka. Their time's running out as well, so they've got to get these frags right now. The smoke goes down, they need to hold this off, and they do perfectly from QB Fire. That's them using the clock to perfection, ticking it down to the final seconds and going for that retake as the clock ticks down as well. They know that, we've got 40 seconds to do this. We're going to use absolutely all of it. Use the first 20 seconds to see if Tricked are going to make any mistakes and peek out. Thankfully, they didn't peek out into the AWP from mid. That was on Quick and Boomich. They didn't get punished there, but they certainly did elsewhere. Tricked's doing a great job at staying in this match, though, and there's an entry frag. The retakes are really, really fast, but Kvik and Shimka both going to find frags. Shimka just rocking and rolling on this B bomb site as he's looking for a little bit more. The smokes are down, and Regin with a deagle going to find the back of Quick pretty easily, and it's all down to him now with his salvaged AWP, and Shimka's going to find all 3 on B. 3-2 now. Just pistols for Tricked Esports. As I want to see them bunch up and try and abuse this double AWP setup. Double AWPs don't always work on cash. It's very difficult to get the retake into the B-bomb site, for instance, with an AWP. Especially if you haven't got Molotovs to force players out the angles. You can really hunker down, but Quick has spotted players mid, misses the initial shots. And now that means virus and threat protection. Keeping us safe. Don't complain, anybody. It's keeping us safe. That's what's happening. You want the virus protection on observer PCs. What would happen if we got a spam virus during the cast? Easy spray down from Shimka there. 3 players, completely unarmored. I'm pretty glad that we're safe, though. This broadcast could have went downhill pretty quick. If that hadn't saved the day. 3 AWPs on this server, though. As QB Fire pretty much establishing their control on cash here. If they can take this to 6-2, 7-2, this could really get streaky for Trick. Shimka's forced out of vents, and he's into a very compromised position here. You can see him forced into this corner, maybe at the other side of the map. Let's look over there. But Hooksy, I don't like to see a follow-up nade or anything. This is the problem with having such a low economy, that you can't deal with it. You can't force another player out. You can't throw multiple nades towards that side of the map. Another AWP shot miss from Quick. He hasn't been very sharp today. And they are not watching for Door and ASANJ to pop out. And these are some pretty rookie mistakes from QB Fire on the A site, I have to say. They've made a couple of fundamental mistakes. Quick missing some easy shots as well. Just stood out in the open behind part of a smoke and Tricked, well, any professional team are going to completely abuse that. When I'm coaching players, not that I often do, but if I were to coach players, you can pay for my coaching. 60 euros an hour. If you want my coaching, just send me an email, jamie@elcgaming.com. I'd be saying you need to keep your backs to the walls. You need to have eyes in the back of your head. You need to have very good spatial awareness. And you can't be just waltzing out into the open. That's exactly what Quick did. He thought the smoke was a wall and just pushed straight out. And he was very far engaged. Like, very, very open with it. And that's exactly the wrong way to take it. Now, just a 1 AWP on QB Fire. I think I like the 4 rifle setup better. Get Boomich just playing behind this smoke. This is a very strong position, but anybody above LEM should be pretty much checking this corner. Checking the angle over the smoke. It's something that is more of a matchmaking strat. And QB Fire probably want to get cheeky with it, thinking that Tricked probably have their mind preoccupied with the roster moves. At just micromanaging other players' positions. And Quick missing more shots. He has really started slow this game. He hasn't hit the broadside of a barn door just yet. Probably on no frags. What's he on? He's on 7 kills, so he's not doing that well. He's just had quite a few mistakes. And sometimes it's not about the amount of frags you get. It's about the amount of opportunities you've missed. And a lot of these 3 rounds that Tricked have won have been kind of mistakes off him. I don't want to bash on him too hard, but you have to say it. Bulb here, holding this smoke down and gets a second straight on through. It's ANJ, an influential player, gone. And Tricked Esport does level up the numbers. Hooksy straight over the top into the face of Boomich. There's only Bulb left who's in need of a quad kill. Absolutely not happening. Early funeral for him. Yeah, QB Fire, wouldn't be surprised to see them go for the buy again. With drops on through by Waterfalls and co. See Shimka just buying up for himself. Famsite for quick. Boomich getting dropped in bulb, only going for the MP9, so a pretty weak round for them, and QB5 is going to get aggressive off the back of it. Now Molotov's going to force him straight into main, and Hooksy over peaks right into the center there. You want to see him go for a shallow peek for information at that point, but didn't do it. Good follow-up tag from Waterfalls there on the A bomb site, and this is why he's one of the primary AWPers in the CIS scene. Chimka's here, stood all out in the open, and there's the bomb dropped, and almost flicks over to Lucky as well, who's able to circumnavigate him, but Snecker's AWPing's been pretty decent so far. Him and Lucky are going to open up B and pretty much close it off for business. We're closed. Oh, Bulb actually does have a pretty good angle here. Lucky wasn't watching for a second, but as the smoke dissipates, he is very in need of a defuse kit. And a head now. It's shot off. Big Coin says, only one word I can say, QBF. Very, very clever comment. I agree with the analysis. Like Big Coin. Obviously making the money with a name like Big Coin. Snecker holding it down for just the one. That's the second with the AWP. And he's going to be able to save this snope rifle. Pretty clean round, all things considered. Just Regin going down. Everybody else surviving from Tricked. It's exactly what you want to see. As many players surviving as possible during these influential rounds. To gain their bank, especially in a game where you've been kind of training rounds for a team like QB Fire. You give them any look in and they take so much more, and Waterfalls is one of the players who are a real key to that side of things. Hits a real fast shot. As Waterfalls on the corner of this smoke, puts down two, wants to swing in for the triple as well, but he does miss that shot by a whisker. Hits the M4 at the other side of things to really do the damage. Now QB Fire going really aggressive in A, and Jay's going to capitalize. Big double spray down. Doesn't know where Bulb is. Knows that he's usually between CT spawn, but hey, and Jay flicks it for three. He has barely died this game as well, especially in this run of rounds that Tricked have found. He's survived 4 out of 5 times. You can see what that means for his money. He's above 5 digits when we're looking at his bank account. Pistols again for QB Fire, making some pretty big mistakes there against the Danes. I like the quick smoke just tossed off as well to cut QB Fire right out of that situation. You're not getting anywhere close to this. Now they're going to walk into this crossfire, and Kvic's got a very shallow angle, which he's going to completely abuse, and they're not actually checking for the second man. The call comes in, but it's way too late as the pistols rat-a-tat them down, and now Snecker has to do big work with the pistol AWP combo with the bomb all out in the open. They've got to fight their way back towards this one, and it's against Deagles. Snecker is one shot from a lot of ranges. Deagle does 54 and 1 at some points, but Jemka does fire off 2 shots, and ANJ gets tagged down to 13 HP and has to do it all with the AK-47. And wow, Waterfalls completely sidelines him. And this is what makes QB5 so dangerous. Their ability to just steal rounds away with pretty much zero investment. They had $2,000 there against $25,000, $30,000 investment. You shouldn't be able to do that. Now back with the double AWP setup. It's Boomich instead of Quick getting it out. As Boomich goes for an aggressive peek towards the A site, Tricked have other ideas. They're going to shatter these windows and probably go for a set execute here. They've got no map control anywhere else, so going to A is pretty much not an option, knowing how aggressive QB Fire's been. And Waterfall's burning alive at the back of this site, and they've still not checked for Shimka. He's going to be a real thorn in their side. And ANJ, one of the pivotal players, out of the server already. Tricked have to get this bomb down right now. They do exactly that. And now it's the Molotovs, the nades. This is what QB Fire have been waiting for some time. They've got pretty much every single nade to use and just swarm down onto this site. And you can see it's forcing players out to be able to get these frags. There's another player all out in the open. And Snedker's got an AWP, but he's got just way too much work to do. The bomb's going to get defused. The camera angles are wacky as old boots. And Snedker's just firing off shot after shot, trying to keep alive this AWP. And Boomich didn't want to get too aggressive there. Oh, I can see the Russians in the chat getting excited. Axe, axe, axe. I guess, is that ha ha ha? Axe, axe. I bet it's not pronounced like that either. Waterfalls have been such an important player for QB Fire right now. He's not leading the scoreboard by any means, but all of his frags have been pretty damn influential. I like that QB Fire do keep the options open for ANJ to be aggressive towards Squeaky. He is, and this time he doesn't find a kill for it. And this round should be practically over for Tricked. They've not got enough health to be able to execute. Regin's going to find an aggressive Quick there, who is giving away so many advantageous positions for QB Fire at this point. They should bench him just for today. And put him back on the roster tomorrow when he's learned his lesson. He's been going so aggressive. Oh, look at Waterfalls, though. Has to be a quad kill from Regin, but nah, he's not watching for this one. And Boomich, not going to be fooled by Regin's squawky tactics there. Just peek right out into the open. That could have been a dangerous situation for QB Fire, being in a 5 versus 3 with your opponents having barely any health and then sending Vic out mid. Definitely isn't the smartest option. It'd be pretty close to the bottom of my list of things I'd do at that point of the round. I like them locking Regin into that corner. Absolutely no chance of re-engagement there for any member of Tricked. As that was a lurker. And that's going to give good information to QB Fire to probably stay towards the A site. You can see the rotation coming through towards mid off the back of that. Shimka's going to burst out behind. And that was so interesting from QB there. That was such a good exploding defense straight onto mid. Going from seemingly 0 people towards that side of the map to 3. I'd like to break that down in more detail after the match, actually. I'll break it down in a second. That was so interesting. Can I get the minimap up? Yeah, you saw it. You had 2 players from QB Fire playing on ramp. Obviously, it can't be seen from mid. When you're playing here, you see the bomb was dropped there. Players were maybe engaging there. You can have no information onto past white box. This is a completely dead line of sight, as you know. So when the player peeks out towards vents, he gets all the information. He diverts the attention, then a double peek comes out here. That was such a good coordinated play from QB Fire. Something that we don't always see in Legend Series, coordination. And that's one of the advantages of going to a major. Having that pretty solid experience. having those tricks up your sleeve. Waterfall is going to turn around and find an aggressive first shot. ANJ here going to peek right into his demise. And QB Fire, nevertheless, still going back to the B site. They seem a bit confused. This bomb doesn't quite know where he's going. I think Balba, is he just making... What the hell is he doing? This bomb isn't going anywhere. They've been on this A bomb site for about 20 seconds now without the bomb going down, so... QB Fire seem to think that there's somebody behind. There isn't. At all. There's nobody behind. Maybe Lucky made some noise. You can see they're just gonna maybe hold around for this rotation. And now that Bulb isn't looking for this one, Lucky is gonna come from behind, so QB5 could get caught off from this. Two players going for the backtrack, but with Snecro on low health, it's gonna have to be some very fast headshots, and there's the surprise element gone. They're all towards the same angle as well, so they can coordinate a peek with the Glocks. And Boomich here, going to get his head torn off. Head as well, as Lucky finds a secondary angle, but can't hit those shots. It's QB5 to take the lead. Metal Muxa says, Legend Series coordination. Hey, you. Hey. It's pretty rude. QB Fire seizing control of mid pretty quickly, staying towards the right side so he can't be spotted from anywhere. The smoke there to aid that push as well. This is specifically designed to counter a solid stack, and all 3 kills coming through on SMGs means it. How is Lucky even going to find a single frag out of this situation? He's being wrapped in on as well, and all 5 kills come through without any response or reply from Tricked. Now up to double digits for QB. I like this mid control from QB Fire. It's been pretty consistent over the last couple of rounds. They've just been swarming onto mid, cutting off this point of aggression for Team Tricked, and now they have to go for it with just the USPs, and it's going to be a shooting range. At least for these 2 USPs is Lucky and Regin. Maybe that one shouldn't have worked out to that extent. They're going to pick up an AK-47. Regin's got that one, and he's still playing on mid, waiting for Boomich to go for an aggressive peek, and now the aggression's coming from elsewhere. Boomich spots out that pistol as well, so ANJ forced back. He's being chased down, but let's get around the corner just in time. 3 versus 2 here, as the bomb's being planted aggressively on the A site. That's a very open plant. QB Fire going to be able to watch that from the distances. Vindib says it's easy for KBF. Congratulations. ANJ got that silver Pick'em trophy from Krakow. I approve of that. I like the Pick'em trophies. You should get people to show off their Pick'em trophies. See who's got the best Pick'em. So, the AWP, first time this CT half are tricked. That's on Snedger, who was very good with it on the T side, but you see whiffs a shot pretty early on. Boomich with no flash to support there. Lucky's obviously going to find that frag. If you're pushing through the smoke on mid, or through any smoke, in fact, you pretty much need to always be accompanied by a flashbang. Didn't happen in this situation. Unnecessary, unforced error from QB Fire, and a mistake that you don't always see them make. Snekker had that angle held down for some time. And Waterfalls, who's a player who has actually been forcing the errors, loses an Angel against the CT Orpa this time, who's found his first sniper kill of the second half. You see backing off here. Bob actually chasing him down, so he's got this angle. No support, though, from either player, but Hooksy wins a straight-up Angel. Absolutely necessary there. Puts a lot of pressure on the AWP on the B site if that doesn't happen. And now the bomb's about to be spotted. This is a terrible situation from Shimka. He's probably not even going to be able to save the AWP. This round's over. He actually grabs an AK-47. He's going back for the bomb, but he's not going to check this angle. Surprise, surprise, A&J's covering it. And that's 11-8. Pretty standard defense from Tricked. Only one player on the A site, though. This is somewhat of a read, with Snekker finding that initial shot again and Hooksy being the bait. That's a nice setup from Tricked there, to force the attention of QB5 towards one side of the map for Hooksy to be able to take advantage of that. Regin takes a lot of damage through that door. Such a scary place, and actually burnt away by the Molotov as well, so he's one shot to most weapons. There's a wasted Molotov, gonna go right down the toilet. And Waterfall's playing pretty open here. Now 3 players towards the A site. Trick to go for stacks and a very versatile defense. Unbelievable that Snecker's on the A site this time. That's going to really throw QB fired towards the loop and through the loop. He's switching up his position multiple times and kind of shows that these aren't very well versed. He's on 22 frags against the ex-Major Court finalists. And Hooksy is there for just the one. Now it's just Bulb. 1 versus 4 now, 1 versus 3. Is Lucky just had that angle. And Trick's fundamental Counter-Strike so far has actually been pretty solid, I have to say. Their CS has been pretty good. Can't install updates. Thank God for that. This PC's having a great time today. Should we fix the update live on stream? I think we should do it. Couple of frags from QE Fire, though. Remember that they won a straight-up pistol round in the previous half as well. So if they take 2 of the most crucial rounds this game just off the back of that, this could be so devastating. Boomich, oh, gets turned on by Hooksy. As this Molotov, it's burling Shimka alive as well. There's Kvik gone, and Shimka's able to nail the single bullet needed to hold that round down. That was exceptionally close. That Molotov could have finished off both those Russians, but there's one thing we know about Eastern Europeans. They will stand in the fire and fight. They've got balls. Now 12-9 is Trick D-Sport. That has heavily damaged their economy. You can see they've got $250 between the 5 of them left after this buy. 2 CZ75s. This is far from perfect as Waterfalls misses an uncharacteristic shot there, straight outdoor. He had the one player to bait and to open the door for him. That's a option he will usually take, and the chat's now going mad. Loving that. And Jay going for the jump surrounds. The first double up setup that we've seen out of Team Trick so far. Kvik gonna find that man, so that's one of the AK-47s gone and just 2 AWPs left. 2 CZs as well, and Waterfalls has that angle. Rain has to go absolutely massive here with a picked up AWP, and there's the first shot. Bob getting very aggressive on that play. And expecting a man to push through that smoke, that would be a terrible mistake. And Shimka's actually going to make it. Regin looking out for that one. And Kvik's at the other side of the map as well. So this is temporarily a 2 versus 2 until Kvik can get into the action. Regin has to move right now, otherwise he's going to get caught from behind. Doesn't spot the man out in Kvik. Oh, he does find the angle just in time. And Jay hasn't made the push just yet. And that one was just too slow from Trick Esport. Getting caught in the open. And Kvik single-handedly winning that round. Nice flick from A&J. Pistol as well. He is going to be finally found by Waterfalls, who obviously has an AWP of his own. He is one of the top AWPers in Eastern Europe. Straight out mid push with just pistols. Is Regin actually going to find success once again? Waterfalls can't go for many more peeks here. He is actually spotting his teammates and they're winning the Angels. It's Waterfalls going for a secondary peek, and oh my god, QB Fire crushed the pistols on towards mid. That looked dangerous for a second, but didn't happen. And getting towards one of the crucial moments in this series where Trick Esport need to put a couple of rounds on the board. Their performance has actually been pretty good, but QB Fire maybe outclassing them in the end, just taking more rounds, more advantageous positions. QB Fire's round losses have been pretty unforced errors as well. Pretty weird mistakes that you don't often see teams make when they're fully focused, but today, QB Fire just being the better team in the first map here on Cash. They're going to take full control of A main as well. This whole A side of the map is completely compromised with 3 rifles of Trick Esports. Pretty much redundant at this point on the B site. And Kvik going to hold them here with the nades. If he finds a single frag here, this is pretty much GG, I think. The bomb plant's going to come in for free on the A site. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for QBF. This is going to be 15 to 9. And Kvik's already on the hunt for these rifles. Spots out that first man. It's so easy to rain him down. Now Boomich can even get aggressive. They do not need to save any of these rifles here. And it's Boomich from behind Shimko with a great crossfire. Tricked just locked into place. And that's one of the disadvantages of playing a stack like that. If the enemy team knows where you are, they can lock you into position to take those rifles as well. Why does the caster call CIS Eastern Europe? You're right. I won't do it again, Papa. Yerga Papa, I won't do it. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. I formally apologize. It is Eastern Europe. Like, it is. But I guess in sports, and esports especially, they do love calling it CIS. They love calling it CIS. They love the CIS call. That's just how it's happening. Tricked Esport have to hold this back one more time, but QB Fire, they've got 4 players on this B site already. Sneker's getting wrapped in onwards as well, and Boomich going to go for a big double spray down. Just ANJ left. He's got a CZ75 to work with, no kit as well, so it's going to have to be straight fragging power from him. And that's not going to happen, is it? It's going to be a 16-9 here for QB Fire. And ANJ, he is fully flashed up. Bob knows where he is as well. Double peek comes through. No chances taken from QB Fire in the last couple of moments of that game. And that's what makes them so good. They don't really take the chances. In a 3 versus 1 right at the end, you can see just wanting to close the map out. 16-9 there. We're going to be back in the next few minutes. Mirage is coming up, so maybe a new leash of life for Team Tricked. See you in a moment.
We are onto the rift for the first game of the week, Bray against St. Patrick's. This is disaster for Pats, and they try and look for something that was a little bit too far out of their reach, and they get aced. Huge win for Bray.
Adam, captain of Bray Wanderers, how are you feeling just now?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we're winning, you know, as expected.
Oh, this could just be the end of the game right here, right now. That is going to be our second game of the day, going over to Bohemians in extremely convincing fashion.
What happened?
Their bot lane was significantly better than ours. We could have ended it quicker, but we kind of had a bit of fun towards the end.
Double kill for the Ezreal. Sprinkles, you're just a little bit too little, too late. Zillion goes down off the backside. Triple kill. And at 15-4, 25 minutes games realistically, it's going to be Team 3 taking the win.
Us Dublin boys got to be home, you know, about now. So Cork was like, leave Fiora open. Leg 3 end at 20 minutes, you know, grand stuff. So got to thank them for that, you know, they're good sports.
So tonight has been a really exciting night of matches. They've been really action-packed and very short game. Today we've seen really the top teams separate themselves from the pack. We have 2 standout players tonight. One was Kevaman, who really performed wonderfully on his Varus and kind of took over the game. Team 3 played really well and understood exactly what their team comp needed to secure victory.
Hi, we're ELC Gaming and we're looking forward to one of the greatest events we've ever had. The Ireland E-Stars will feature a tour with our esports truck, Big Betty, all the way through Ireland. We will start right here from our headquarters in Germany, where Big Betty will take 2 ferries to get to Ireland. The first from Rotterdam to Hull, then from Holyhead, which will take Betty directly to Dublin. From there, she will travel to 9 different locations in 9 weeks, where we'll visit the best football clubs in Ireland. But to do what exactly? To host one of the biggest League of Legends tournaments ever to be held in Ireland. Each of the 9 teams will be represented by 5 League of Legends players, and a 10th team will represent eStar's head sponsor, 3. After 9 weeks of tough battle, the grand final will then find its winner live from the 3 Arena in Dublin. Check out our Facebook events or visit estars.pro for further information. This is 3 Ireland's eStars.
Hi, I'm Liam from 3 Ireland's eStars.
Hi, I'm Tim from Peak.
And we're here to launch 3 Ireland's eStars merchandise.
Designed by Peak. Yeah, you're allowed to come off now, mate. Okay. There you go.
Three Ireland's eStars is an amateur gaming competition in which we will give the opportunity to an amateur gamer to become Ireland's next eStar. We've partnered with the clubs across the League of Ireland, so there already is a rivalry there on a competition. We're dipping into that rivalry and we're taking it to the gaming scene. Peak is a very similar brand to ourselves, what Tim Crew's trying to do and break into the market, and similar to us, we're looking to break into a new market as well. I think there's a great synergy there between ourselves and Peak.
It's a really exciting partnership. It's such a new business. I think it's amazing to give anybody an opportunity to be able to go on a big stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, and the final is going to be immense.
CSGO Legends Series is back and revamped with a brand new system never before seen in competitive esports. ELC Gaming is unveiling a brand new unique point system which takes a wide range of win conditions into account. From rank of opponent played, strength on T and CT side, and variety of maps played will all influence points accumulated. Teams earn cash every time they play, with rewards given, win or lose. All matches will be broadcast twice per week, live from the ELC Hamburg studios, home of big betting. An all-exclusive, all-inclusive $25,000 prize pool Legends Cup awaits, where the 2 European champions will face off against a team from the US and a team from China. This is where legends are born. Welcome to Legends Series. Go to elcgaming.com for more information.
Dude, it's happening! Absolutely incredible! Surely not! Oh, what is that?
Oh, look at this boost again! Is this how they're going to win the championship?
Building up the damage.
Oh, that was so clean!
Woo!
We haven't seen that move at all. He gets the uppercut! Oh my god!
能把自己吃了。
Damien concedes immediately.
Ready to Legend Series, I'm Squid CS, and you're joining us on a very windy Tuesday evening for the first best of two of the day. It's between QB Fire and Team Tricked. We're here on Mirage after a 16-9 on Cash just a few moments ago. That was a pretty big performance. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody, today. Metal Muxa says, League of Legends? Yeah, we've got League of Legends happening tomorrow, live on this channel, so we're almost at 30,000 followers, so go drop us in. Drop us in a follow. Why don't you do that? That's a good idea. If you're here, you don't know what to do, you just want a button to press. You're not playing Counter-Strike, you're watching it. Drop us a follow. You might be on 30,000 followers before you even know it, before you could say cheese. This game should be starting pretty soon, with 9 players in, and the 10th surely soon to join. QB Fire seemed exceptionally sharp in that previous game. I think Waterfalls was probably one of the sharper players on their side. I think we criticised, or I certainly criticised, Kvik quite a few times early on in that first map. His AWPing was terrible. I don't want to see him have the AWP at all this map. I want to see him with the rifles. I think the Waterfalls is good enough as an AWPer. But remember, it's all about the double AWP setup sometimes on Mirage. I think Esports probably have one of the most dominant double AWPs in the world. With Oscar, Chris J. 2 extremely influential players. With the AWP. Really, really important to have that AWP threat on a map like Mirage. And now we get into the opening pistol round. It's QB Fire on this CT side. They're going to be throwing 2 players towards the B bomb site, and you can see Waterfalls is even wanting to play on short to get this support up here. This should be a mow down. If QB Fire can just hold down the shots, and you can see Shimka, Kvik both chipping in already. Waterfalls is here for support, but they're trading evenly. This shouldn't be happening. QB Fire missing some shots fairly early on, and Waterfalls, he's already got the 1 frag. There's a second as well. Snacker going down, and now ANJ back at this bomb site. Already found 2 frags being wrapped in on towards, but Waterfalls is chasing him down. Great triple from Waterfalls to start off this map, and that was very similar to what happened on the first map of Cash, with ANJ showing up big, and the pistol round being such an influential round, remember. I want to see what Waterfalls can do. He was such a big player on the previous map. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. If you've got a question, you can join in with the chat in the Twitch chat. You can also go to our social medias as well, if you want to talk to us. Boomich with the aggro towards underpass. Chimka's actually got a USP and body armor. This is because he wants an early AWP. This is going to be a telltale sign that he wants it in the 3rd round. Knowing that Tricked are going to have the follow-up buy in the next round as well. And Shimka's going to go straight into this one. I don't like that from him. I'd rather see him keep hold of the body armor, so he could definitely afford an AWP, but it's going to be quick. You can see the double AWP setup here. Shimga going to be a couple light on nades just after dying in that previous round. It's not going to matter too much, though, as Waterfalls is going to have an AWP as well. But QB Fire expressing their intent pretty dramatically at the start of this game. We want the double AWP setup. And Tricked want this B-bomb site. Shimka hits a tag before falling back. That's lucky gone, but with support from Quick, how are they going to hold them out of this site for very long? Snecker's actually got this bomb rotated down onto this site, and he lines them both up. Waterfalls, Quick, gone! And now Shimka, the trio of CTs, have to wrap back in on towards B. And they're just holding it down here. QB fires a couple light on the nades. Boomich has the last Molotov to throw in. Oh, Regin, he's up close and personal for a big double spray down once again. Now it's just Boomich. He's been spotted and pins it in. Regin and Snecker find all 5. Interesting stuff from QB Fire early on. Pistols for Waterfalls and Shimka, the 2 players who wanted to get out the open their previous round. Economy management, so important in Counter-Strike. You've got to keep your money on the sunny side if you want any chance of going for the double and triple buys. ANJ holding one down easy towards underpass. Knows that the second man's coming and does land a couple of tags there, but Shimka is going to find that headshot with a deagle as well. So big weapon, big player off the back of it as well. Picks up an AK-47, a weapon that he didn't have before. Now QB Fire are 4 for 4 in rifles. After Waterfalls went down with one of the pistols, Shimka was that second man who found that frag, so this is an advantageous position for QB Fire, considering where they were just a couple of moments ago. And now Trick need to probably go towards the B-bomb site. They've got mid pretty much locked down. They've got nobody towards A ramp. They're going to be funneled wherever they go here. They could go for a window connector split, but... And that is what they're going to do. Straight up connector being funneled through here. And the bomb's been spotted out as well. So they've got to hit headshots, and it's lucky with both. Shimka from behind. He could be a real rattlesnake here. And there's an opening headshot. Spots out the second man as well, but it's from the side. Boom! Surprise, surprise. Finds them both. 3 to 1. And that was a great defense from QB Fire. Knew that they were coming from connector, so they were perfectly positioned to deal with that. A player behind, and then Bulb slipping into Palace, the one place that they couldn't check. And this is the big disadvantage for a team like Tricked to be putting all 4 players towards connector. You've not got any map control, you don't have any information as well, so you don't know if a player is going to be hidden towards Palace, going for the flank. This is not how you do a push like that at the professional level. Now straight out onto the A-bomb site, lemmying down. Bulb lining up face after face. 3 for him. Great defense on the A-bomb site there. That's a standard tactic to almost guarantee the bomb plant. I would say that you normally get the bomb plant maybe 70-80% of the time. Tricked not going to be able to do so. You can't do anything when the AK-47 is like a glatter from CT spawn. Now this is 4 to 1. Boomich misjudging the money here. He has actually been heard as well from Palace. And Hooksy does find that first shot. It's just the MP9 gone. But now they know that this is a full buy. I don't like that from QB Fire. I don't like that either. You don't need to get aggressive in this situation. You're 4 to 1 up. You've just had a great CT side on cash. But if you feel like you're behind and you're slipping, you kind of do have to claw your way back into this game. And claw your way back into each individual round, because at the top level, each round is kind of its own game. Tricked. Slipping into B-Apps, Quick. Gonna get that Molotov off. It's a little bit late as well. 2 players are gonna be able to get the way past, but that bomb, oh, it's all out in the open. Waterfalls is gonna find one as well, and now it's just down to Snedker, Lucky. They need to hit shots here. And Kvik's got that smoke pretty perfectly poised to do the damage. And it's from short where he finds that triple kill. The Molotov was perfect to cut them apart as well. They were split 2-2 out of apps, and Boomich is behind. QB Fire seemingly always have a flank, and Kvik is here to maybe hold this one down, but Lucky, knows where both of them are. There's the first. Kvik goes, and he knows exactly where Boomich is. He's not got enough time. Boomich isn't going to peek it either. No mistakes made. Lucky. Clock. Got to keep your eyes on it. One's almost great, 1 versus 2, but there's barely any time to talk of. Couldn't get the bomb down in time, and A&J, what was that shot? Waterfalls is toast. That was one of the fastest shots of the whole tournament. That's why he's so good. You've got that kind of mind palace where you know exactly where the angles are, and A&J is one of those players who obviously has picture-perfect memory for angles, something that you don't always see, and Waterfall's one of the better players, absolutely got. Bulb's going to be counted out by 2 players as they salvage back an AK-47. Boomich is being tapped away as well, so how is Tricked going to be able to rotate this bomb on? The flank again, this time from Shimka, and nobody's watching out for him. Great trigger discipline there, and he's going to be able to spray down both on this retake. And now Hooksy and A&J are kind of held back. A&J, it's not a surprise. Boomich going to find him as well, and Shimka there for a triple. An easy round, all things considered, for QB Fire. They seem to be like considerably comfortable here on Mirage, maybe even more comfortable than they were on Cash. Fast shot off from Snekker there. Something that we saw him do in the previous map, Waterfalls cannot replicate it towards mid. But he certainly can towards Palace. It's Lucky gone. And now 2 players are trapped over towards the right angle, and Waterfalls needs to be there for support. Retchin actually steals away a headshot there. There's a smoke placed as well, but he's on barely any health. He's being forced out by the Molotov to spray down as well. That is great stuff. As Waterfall's trapped in this angle, he's on no HP. Shouldn't be able to hit this shot, and Hooksy should have capitalized on that one, but doesn't. Now it's only down to Snekker, who needs a quad kill here, and there's the face of Kvik, but there's the element of surprise eliminated. And Snekker's caught in a triple crossfire. This QB Fire seem more and more momentum under their sails. This is what puts the bar so high for QB Fire. They don't make, well, they haven't made lots of mistakes this round. They've played pretty intelligently. I would say that they made a couple of mistakes. Kvik made a couple of mistakes in the previous map. Can't bash too hard on him. They did win that game fairly convincingly. Anything more than 16-9 is a pretty convincing round. I call that overwhelming in terms of that sort of scoreline. It's not close in any way. Not that competitive. Boomich is held back towards short, so Hooksy seem to want that angle. Tricked have a lot of map control. And now this is where QB Fire really have to hit their shots. They don't have much information. Boomich trying to salvage back some information, but gets a little more than he bargained for as A&J taps him away. And now the two AWPs really just have to find shots. There's no other way out of this one. It is going to be a B split. They've got a player towards window as well to hold the rotations down, and Quick isn't actually going to get caught off by this one, so it's going to be a flank instead, and Shimka spots out the bomb so early on, and NJ is going to trade that one back out once again. He's found 2 frags already, but his waterfall's on this site. A 2 versus 2 now, as this bomb hasn't gone down yet. The element of surprise from Lucky from behind does merit 1 frag, but Balb is able to find that kill. I think he would have been spotted on the back track towards mid, as ANJ should know that this angle is plausible, should know that short is definitely possible as well. I like that Balb doesn't just rush in, he leaves a lot of options open, but ANJ needs a better angle here and just swings out for Bulb. A great triple kill, all picked up as well. That means that both rounds that Tricked have found right now have been off the back of ANJ, who's on 9 kills. He's on 9, and the bottom 3 players on his team are on 10. He's almost matching the heavy hitters on QB Fire right now, on 10 and 11. That's a scary thing. Tricked have actually been finding frags and opening frags and frags all round. And QB Fire, the only rounds that they have actually lost have been this one that was overwhelming, thanks to pushes. That was the round when Boomich went for the push towards ramp, and I think Kvik was with him as well. That was lost. That was thanks to ANJ. A pause thrown into action by... Who is it? Who? Who called for the pause? Let's find out. Tricked. Trick called for the pause. Not sure if that's tactical or technical. They have got a buy. And remember, if they lose this one, they're going to be in a very sticky situation. They're going to have no money to talk of as well. If you're watching Counter-Strike for the first time or you're not very experienced, the more rounds in a row you lose, the more money you get. It's called loss bonus. It builds up 500 extra per round. Tricks are going to get $1,400 each, and that's enough to buy yourself pretty much pistol and armor, nothing else. So have to save. They won't be able to get these rifles that they're holding right now. Hooksy drops to the MP9. And now Regin. He's actually going to get the re-peek on towards mid. So nice headshot there. Boomich gone. And this is definitely going to be a B split here. They need support from Snecker quite fast. He is that AWPer, but nobody's really holding towards that side of the map, and Jimka is going to be a real difference maker here, and he actually lines both up. Oh my lord, almost misses that one. Does find it in return. Picks up an AWP so fast, but ANJ needs to go huge on this B bomb site. They don't know that he's here towards Van, so he's got 30 seconds to cause a real spanner in the works, and Waterfalls does fall first. Knows that Shimka's towards here. He has got great information. ANJ's playing this one so intelligently, but Shimka's going to be the next in line. Headshot. Quick does trade it out, and that did get sweaty for QB Fire for just a few moments, but 8-2 here. And as I said, that loss bonus for Tricked really causes a stir. They've got practically no money. Boomic here holding their smoke down. Tricked have not really got too much on the way of utility, so they're going to have to use one flash coming through this smoke at least, and they don't even really do that. The flashes do absolutely nothing. They're getting burnt alive. That Molotov does about 300 damage, and the round's pretty much over. That's it. Snekker has to do something with the CZ. Does something with his Molotov instead. That was a whiffed Molotov, but still finds a frag. Interesting stuff. It's 9-2, almost double digits. When you get a double-digit CT side on Mirage, that's when it turns from a good half to an overwhelming half. 10-5 is a very troublesome half if you're on the T side. And they're going for a rush to try and count this, but it will be a 10th round here. There's no way that they're going to be able to find all these kills, and Vic's just mowing them down. No bomb plant as well. Jimka's here. He's going to rat-a-tat them away. 3 fast kills. Only 1 frag. That was onto Vic. He drops. It's not going to matter too much. QB Fire's money isn't like boiling and bursting out of proportion, but Shimka's on 17-6. He's not died much. He's got enough money. And Tricked a 10-2 down. So the 10-5 scenario that I was saying that would be a bad scenario is actually their best scenario right now. It's the only thing that they've got to really work with. And remember, Tricked have been trading maps with every single enemy so far. They're 0, 3, and 0, so 3 draws so far in Legend Series. That means that they haven't really gone far in the way of Legend points. It certainly doesn't mean that they make the top 4. To gain a lot of Legend points, you really need to get the wins, get the 2 zeros. That's what QB Fire have been doing. They haven't lost a map yet, but they have had a disqualification from when they didn't quite play. Waterfall was going to get shot in the face, the side of the face, at least. And now, Boomic actually knows exactly where they're going for here. They're going for the plant towards short, and he knows that there's a player towards apps as well. Gone. That nade could have finished the round off straight away. Tosses the flash in, and he's going to take another angle of approach. Boomic here, it's actually making quite a bit of noise. Thinks that he's in kitchen already. The call hasn't come in that he's low health just now, but so Boomic, can't get the flick in time. It's lucky instead on 13 HP, and that's where the coordination and communication was fairly poor from QB Fire. Quite an unforced error. Geek says, good work, Observer. Thanks very much. I'm observing this game. I'm observing it. I'm doing it. I'm one of the best observers in the business. There's the AWP down already. Tricked. Actually speeding the pace up. So you see that? It's a quick mid-execute there. And Boomic's face exposed for a second. ANJ doesn't always miss those, but there's the trade in. QB Fire have this style of Counter-Strike that when they go a man down, they almost always try and trade it back. But didn't happen this time. Or was actually allowed to happen this time, beg your pardon, by Tricked. NJ's got this angle into window. This is one that we don't often see. This has been around for quite some time, but sometimes gets countered because a passive AWPer will often sit in window just watching these window boosts. And this is, I've never seen somebody go for a window boost in that fashion, but ANJ's into a very compromising position here. Now he needs to find a frag. He needs to spring the trap, and there's a player in connector as well, so QB Fire definitely don't have a terrible position to counter this one, but with Boomic playing towards mid and ANJ missing that, Boomic is going to get so much unnecessarily good info They're going to get all 4 players on the A bomb site. And ANJ, he does salvage it on his own, but now they know that there's nobody actually pincered on A. They need to worry about everybody around it. So ANJ towards jungle here is probably the pivotal player. Regin is going to find a frag of his own, and QB Fire getting cut off of all angles. Shimka bursts to life here, and with the bomb already down, QB Fire find the rest of the frags. It's going to be 11-3 here. And definitely looking like a 12-3 scoreline at the end of the half. Calibrit Y1 says, Squid, I like turtles. Fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone can like their own stuff. That's why they have menus in restaurants. Going to be a 12-3 half, though. I'm pretty sure. Tricked haven't really been able to do a lot so far this half, and Bob's going to be able to shut one down. It's a crossfire on the A site that worked out pretty well. Waterfalls misses an uncharacteristically easy shot. Oh, and there's a second of follow-up. Waterfalls actually finds a big gap there, and you can see Tricked aren't really talking to each other enough. They didn't know that he was there on the site. They had their attention funneled towards a different angle. Waterfalls is going to jump up for this kill. Not going to be able to find it. It's Hooksy trapped into this angle. Has to fight his way out, but Shimka's going to eliminate him. Take his head off with 1 bullet. There's a man at the top. Shimka, 20 frags. Only 7 deaths in the first half of Mirage. Could be leading the charge for QB Fire to find their 2nd series win here. Vodka 228, I wonder what country he's from, says, next Namassier versus Team Spirit. Yes, it's Namassier versus Team Spirit coming up next. Make sure you stay tuned for that one. Gonna rush on towards this A site here. This could be the final nail in the coffin for QB Fire. They are just charging into jungle. They have no remorse here. The bomb planted completely open. Nobody from Tricked going for this at all. And Waterfall's going to even take Hooks' head off. So it's a 4v5 here. As QB Fire are just locking down these angles. ANJ going for the taps. Long spray duel there with the pistols. And Bulb got an angle from the back lines. This bomb not being defused still. As, Lucky does find a pair of frags. He's going in for even more as well. As Quick standing out in the open. There's his 3rd, but Boomich just here to nail this one down. Easily done. He's actually going to sell. Oh no, maybe not. Boomit showing his athleticism there. Three, 4 SMGs for QB Fire. This should be an easy finish to the second map. And I even said that Tricked actually kind of impressed me on Cash. I wasn't expecting after a roster change for them to show us anything at all, but so far they were fairly good on Cash, on Mirage. They have been underwhelming though. QB Fire have been dominating them right from the outset. Lucky is going to find a frag here from that high angle with the UMPs on very low HP, so Bulb's probably going to just spray his way around this corner. It's going to be Quick instead to do that. But the pistols do charge back through, and now it's a 2 versus 1. Quick's here, and Hooks is going to absolutely destroy him with a CZ. Tazik29 says, Vodka, are you offering? I have a double. I have 2 shots, please. 4 players from Tricked towards this A site in a gun round against Eco as well. But Waterfalls! What the hell was that? Both with the CZ. That's not a gun used for that very, very often. It's got barely any bullets. You don't often see double spray downs, but Waterfalls getting a new trick out of the book and actually has his headshot angle lined up. QB5 just charge all the way into Hooksy. They're not respecting him whatsoever. They want to go to bed. I want to end this series right here, right now. It's 14-4, and they're sick and tired of it. They want this one to be over. It's been a very quick series. We're actually on schedule for the first time ever. Coming next, it's the Massier versus Team Spirit. And Jay, right around this corner. Only going to be able to put 1 point on the board. Goes down though. Waterfall's definitely got heard there and spotted. Lucky knows exactly where he is at this point. He has to be cautious of that smoke though, but it's thick on the B bomb site. He woke up a little while ago. Waterfall's just tagging away with the pistol. 15-4. And it might be night-night for Team Tricked. Their first loss on the board this would be. Smoke out on mid and QB Fire showing their dominance here on Mirage. One of their best maps. They've played it quite a few times here at the Legend Series. And sometimes, although we do reward for map variety, sometimes it's better just to put the wins on the board. And that's exactly what QB Fire have been doing. Hooksy is able to take a beautiful headshot there towards mid. Lucky as well, but it's about to chip in for 2. Now a 2 versus 3 here. Shimka's got a lot of information down on the B side. Hooksy very exposed there. He's just waiting for his teammate. Actually spotted out that second man towards Kitchen. He's going for these straight up peaks. You see Shimka knowing exactly where the enemies are. Great game sense there. This game should be over. Rain's able to take the single frag, but gonna pop in. And Boomich finds it. So a 16-9 and now a 16-4 on Mirage. The Cash Mirage combo are working out for QB Fire once again. And that's Tricked handed their first loss. You saw 0-3-0 in the Legend Series prior to this game, but their 4th match handed their first loss against QB Fire of all people. They haven't lost a single map just yet that they actually played. So we're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes with the second game of the day. It's going to be Team Spirit and Massier. It's an all-Russian showdown. See you in a few moments.
Hi, I'm Liam from 3 Ireland Sea Stars.
Hi, I'm Tim from Peak.
And we're here to launch 3 Ireland Sea Stars merchandise.
Designed by Peak.
Cut.
Yeah, you're allowed to come off now, mate. Okay. There you go.
Three Ireland Sea Stars is an amateur gaming competition in which we will give the opportunity to an amateur gamer to become Ireland's next E-Star. We've partnered with the clubs across the League of Ireland, so there already is a rivalry there and a competition. We're dipping into that rivalry and we're taking it to the gaming scene. Peak is a very similar brand to ourselves, what Tim Crew's trying to do and break into the markets, and similar to us, we're looking to break into a new market as well. I think there's a great synergy there between ourselves and Peak.
It's a really exciting partnership. It's such a new business. I think it's amazing to give anybody an opportunity to be able to go on a big stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, and the final is going to be immense.
CSGO Legends Series is back and revamped with a brand new system never before seen in competitive esports. ELC Gaming is unveiling a brand new unique point system which takes a wide range of win conditions into account. From rank of opponent played, strength on T and CT side, and variety of maps played will all influence points accumulated. Teams earn cash every time they play, with rewards given win or lose. All matches will be broadcast twice per week, live from the ELC Hamburg studios, home of Big Betting. An all-exclusive, all-inclusive $25,000 prize pool Legends Cup awaits, where the two European champions will face off against a team from the US and a team from China. This is where legends are born. Welcome to Legend Series. Go to elcgaming.com for more information.
Dude, it's happening! Absolutely incredible! Surely not! Oh, what is that?
Oh, look at this boost again. Is this how they're going to win the championship?
Building up the damage. Oh, so clean!
Woo-hoo! We haven't seen that move at all. He gets the uppercut! Oh my god!
Damien concedes immediately.
Onto the rift for the first game of the week, Bray against St. Patrick's. This is disaster for Pats, and they try and look for something that was a little bit too far out of their reach, and they get aced. Huge win for Bray.
Adam, captain of Bray Wanderers, how are you feeling just now?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, we're winning, you know, as expected.
This could just be the end of the game right here, right now. That is going to be our second game of the day, going over to Bohemians in extremely convincing fashion.
What happened?
Their bot lane was significantly better than ours. We could have ended it quicker, but we kind of had a bit of fun towards the end.
Double kill for the Ezreal. Sprinkles, you're just a little bit too little, too late. Zilean goes down off the backside. Triple kill. And at 15-4, 25 minutes games, realistically, it's going to be Team 3 taking the win.
Us Dublin boys got to be home, you know, about now. So Cork was like, leave Fiora open. Leg 3 end at 20 minutes, you know, grand stuff. So got to thank them for that, you know, they're good sports.
So tonight has been a really exciting night of matches. They've been really action-packed and very short games. Today we've seen really the top teams separate themselves from the pack. We have two standout players tonight. One was Kevaman, who really performed wonderfully on his Varus and kind of took over the game. Team 3 played really well and understood exactly what their team comp needed to secure victory.
Hi, we're EL. Hello and welcome back to Legend Series, everybody. I'm Squid CS, and you're joining me for the second best of 2 of the day and second best of 2 of the week. Obviously, games on Tuesday, games on Thursday. So far today, we've had a great series, a 2-0 from QB Fire, and now it's the second game of the day. It's Namassier versus Team Spirit. It's all Russian, it's all vodka. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. We're starting out on Nuke, so a map that we don't always see here. I think it's the least played map so far in Legend Series, and we're getting live into the knife round right now. A very influential knife round sometimes, one that matters a hell of a lot of the time. And these two teams, what can really separate them? I would say Q Rush maybe, being one of the players. Who is Clear Your Mind? These names. Who is it? Namassier actually going to win that knife round. So going to start probably on the CT side. Something that we say they are going to start on the CT side. I'm not sure who that is. Squid looking like Namassier right now. I'm looking like Namassier. It's all vodka. 228337. Welcome. Oh, a fast rush onto this A-bomb site. Luke going to be the first to drop as Q Rush finds a nice headshot. But the smokes are actually being pushed here, and Bloody Wolf's not being counted out. He dives straight down vents. Now he has to hit some headshots. There's a follow-up. Examples here. One of the newer players from Namassier, obviously a couple of roster changes happening recently. He's being tapped away. Need to hit this headshot right now. Team Spirit, what a messy angel. They're going to win the first round. Nice headshot there. Y-Shack just subscribed. Thanks very much, Y-Shack. Look at that little subscriber remote next to his name. That's looking good. I should get commission off that. I'm going to speak to somebody about that as soon as possible. I get what, like one euro per sub. Get like €5 a month. Oh, Bloody Wolf gets chased back, and some die young with 3 frags there. Great change up, and this is a force buy as well. An influential round early on as Team Spirit. Oh, it was Dima. Of course it was Dima. Second round of the game, and already a big triple kill. And it was actually Freiburg that says that those triple kills, those big plays, sometimes have big effect on the end of the game. Your confidence really built up behind that. The Namassier logo is the same as me, apart from the hair. Now, I've got the best hair in esports. Nobody can challenge my hair. My suit was the same as Namassier. I've still got that suit. It's hung up. It's actually hung up downstairs. Die Herder gifted a tier 1 sub to Asherad. People are subscribing like crazy right now. What's going on? We're almost at 30,000 followers as well, so make sure you tap that follow button if you want to stay tuned with all the ELC gaming updates. We've got Legend Series Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've got Ireland E-Stars. I should say 3 Ireland E-Stars maybe. If I was a professional, I'd put the sponsor in there. Every Wednesday. It's a League of Legends tournament all the way through Ireland. The biggest esports tournament in the whole of Ireland, in fact. Make sure you check that out while you've got a little moment. Luke put a nice one in chat. I'm not too sure what that was in aid of. I kind of did miss it. But I take it he got his head blown off. Oh, look at those Demacia logos in chat. I love it. Sovig has this angle completely locked down, and this is what makes the MAC-10 so brutal. The ability to just rattle off shot after shot so fast. The fire rate on the MAC-10 seems like it's 100 bullets a second. And it's 3 kills. So much money as well. You can see Sotvig, he's on $9,250. Third round of the game as well. So that money is really going to benefit him as we get into the later rounds where Team Spirit might be forced to save at some point. He's going to have enough money to be able to hold it down. So a MAC-10 for Sotvig. And Namassier with their first buy-up of the game. Igor with the AWP. Haven't seen what he's made of with that weapon just yet. This is a new look Namassier roster with Q-Rush obviously being the streamer, the most popular member of this Namassier team. Bloody Wolf's gonna find nice frags there early. Igor obviously with the initial AWP pickup. Who likes Q-Rush? We got any fans of Q-Rush in the chat? Q-Rush? Squaresec just subscribed. What's going on? Loads of people are subscribing. Loving it. Thanks very much. Sundar Young going for the wraparound outside. He's going to eliminate Igor there. That's the AWP, but the AWP's going to likely be able to be picked up. It's just every frag that he gets here is extra money in the bank. Example, going to stop that from happening. Namassier put their first round on the board. Good performance in that round. The opening gun round, so important often for these teams. Especially a team like Namassier, who seem to really favour momentum. They have to be confident early on in the games to carry on with a good performance. And that's exactly what you don't need. Eagle going down early this time. Instead of finding the opening pick, he gets opening picked. Team Spirit with almost perfect map control outside. They're not watching for this secondary angle as Bloody Wolf gets traded out. This is a good start from Spirit to potentially break this Namassier buy. Pavel asks if this is a best of 3. No, it's a best of 2. We'll see 2 maps. We'll see Nuke and then Cash. Both fairly similar-ish maps. I would say that Cash is probably more similar to Mirage in its layout, but Namassier, lots of Betty Spirit. That's nice. That's a good use of the donator stuff. Look at all these subs. Thank you so much. Q-Rush on the back lines does find a pair of frags. Now a 2 versus 2. Cody's going to be able to grab that bomb. Obviously, with the window knocked out, they're likely going to be able to plant this C4 down on the ground. Examples on this flank, and they're not watching for it. He's got such a great angle here, and Sotvig's actually been spotted out. Gets the spray down, and now Cody's stuck in the corner, going to be flashed, fragged by Fiend. Good kill there. And a good round from Namassier to just stay in the running. Obviously, when you find those initial frags, it definitely doesn't work out. Hash says he prefers my hair from WCA. You know, we've got a sign on our wall. We've got a poster on the downstairs wall. So if you ever go to ELC Gaming's headquarters with my long hair it's on the wall, so it'll always be there. It's etched into history. That nade a little bit too thick down, as the Molotov actually does find its mark. Bloody Wolf now needs to find a couple of frags. These players are fairly low, but Dima's going to be able to knock him out. It's Example instead who catches one sleeping. Luke didn't check the angle quite tight enough, as Eagle's going to be eliminated. All three of these Team Spirit members are very low, and this might be time for Q Rush to strike. Lemmy's down vents, he gets heard and even spotted out, and Cody's got this angle on lockdown, but Example on this site needs a quad kill here. There's the second. Molotov actually lands him perfectly. Almost chases down that second member. Does tap out the bomb. The Molotov falls as he knows where this fourth and final member is. Example needs to get on this bomb sometime soon. Does tap it out, but it's another fake from Example as Sophic has the back angle, able to find him. Team Spirit might be a narrow margin, but does find that frag. Another tier 1 sub. Thanks very much, my friend. We really do appreciate it. Loads of subscribers. This is one of the most subs I think I've seen. From one stream. This is crazy stuff. Example, going to be able to knock out one with the AWP. That's a nice double kill there, especially from a player who is sometimes a little hit and miss. Coldy and Sumdai Young able to put together a two-piece, but in a 3 versus 3 with Bloody Wolf flanking in from behind, how are Namassier going to be able to take this one back? It might be the ult from the Example in towards mid to do some of the damage here. Sometimes it's all about what this AWP can do, and Sumdai Young just going to be holding in ground. Dima finds a nice shot. Fiend now on the backtrack, so on Nuke the flanks are usually very, very powerful, but it's actually Example from up top to find even more. Now Fiend from behind, what can he do? He's actually been spotted already, but Coldy walks right into it, hits the headshot regardless. And Team Spirit are now 2-5. Another sub. That's pretty crazy. Crush Shazlik. There you go. I wonder what that means. Maybe that means something really rude. Don't get me fired, please. I like my job. I prefer having a job than having no job. But I said it. You're welcome. Ramba has almost 20,000 betties. That's one of the most amount of betties I think I've seen. I think that's quite a lot. Thank you so much, Hazo, for EK. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Igor and Bloody Wolf both finding frags. Now, Massier have actually been probably more advantageous at the start of rounds, and then as the time goes on, Team Spirit have been able to clutch back and claw back a lot of these opportunities. Bloody Wolf playing extremely aggressive, but the bomb, it's got down on B, and Namassier didn't know that it was coming. Fiend here hidden away, but now they need to hold off this 2 versus 4. This should be easy, as Sumdai Young's the last man alive. He's got no health left to do this with, and Q Rush going to be able to finish him off. Die Hunter, another tier 1 sub. What is this? This is crazy. This is some mad stuff. I love what I'm seeing. I gotta say, Team Spirit have looked exceptionally good. This is sometimes a very difficult half to play, especially with the new additions towards, or well, the new renovations towards the outside of this map. Luke's able to find a quick shot, and Team Spirit have been very convincing so far. And Amassier haven't really been able to do all too much, but they are 3-6, so they're not down and out of this game just yet. Sundar Young holding through this angle, and Q-Rush seems to want to get aggressive on this one. Sundar Young just holding this angle in, and through window, Q-Rush doesn't have to really necessarily be very wary about the side or behind. Nobody's really going to wallbang him from this angle. Luke hits that follow-up shot quick from him as Sundar Young. He's been holding that angle for a minute and finally finds his rewards. There's Sotvig. Yeah, Nuke is very often CT-sided, but Namassier haven't had too much in the way of a defense. It's really been their team play so far. It's been a little bit disjointed, I would say, especially on the A-bomb site. The trades have been a little bit late. Oh, and Sundar Young is going to be able to get the spray down here. Surely not. Just lining up headshots! Fiend actually walks into it as well. 3 kills all for Sundar Young right there. That's almost definitely going to be an 8th round on the board. And Igor, he's just stuck all the way out of the action. He's got to rotate back towards the B-bomb site, but he's only got a pistol. He's not got any armor to do this with. And 3-8 on the scoreboard means that Namassier are now in a very deep hole. Getting 8 on your T side is no easy target. And if Namassier want to come back in this game, they've got to at least match that. Got to get at least 8 rounds on the T side to bring this to overtime. And the damage might not have been completely done just yet. Namassier... Oh, look at that. Igor has the angle actually on lockdown here. Does spot out Sotvig there, but knows that there's an AWPer. Can actually call that. Sotvig gets tagged on the backtrack. And Igor gets slightly aggressive. Cody finds a wacky angle on Marshmallow. Bloody Wolf here for 2 frags. Look at Cody. He's actually got this headshot. Easy peasy. Bloody Wolf. Oh, maybe he pulled the trigger 1 second too early. That means that Bloody Wolf isn't going to actually go up ladder to his demise. Sotvig pretty much has his kill locked down. Easy peasy. His Team Spirit seem to be just destroying the action here. Namassier haven't been able to put too much. Now Namassier need to really do something big. They need to put something on the board this half. Namassier are fan favorites here at Legend Series. We've invited them to every single Legend Series so far, apart from the first ever one that was just a couple of teams over here. So every single Legend Series out of the last 4 have been Namassier have joined the pack. So interesting stuff. They're obviously favorites here. They always bring the crowds. And these pistols are actually not going to find any kills here. Team Spirit going to be able to take double digits on the T side of this map. Now, 10-3, Namassier. What can you do at this side of things? It's been the A site almost every single time. Like, Team Spirit have gone towards the B site maybe 2 or 3 times, but that's been with outside control, and they've always had a bit of pressure on the A site. It's been map control lacking for Namassier here. They haven't really been able to have anybody outside, and the CT side of Nuke, if you're not feeling confident, is sometimes one of the most difficult CT sides in the whole game. Remember, this is Team Spirit's map pick. Namassier picking Cache. So that's what we often see. We often see Namassier, they play Mirage, they play Cache. These are the maps that are in the middle top of their map pool. Nuke, not really a shower here. They like Cache, they like Mirage. Nuke is kind of middle of the map pool, but in terms of Namassier's map pool, 1 win on Inferno, Overpass and Train being negative maps. Namassier have played 2 lots of Cache against Pride and Playing Ducks. They lost very narrowly against Pride, who are one of the heavy hitters in this tournament. Namassier, they're going to find frags really early in a 2 versus 4 here. Sotvig dives straight into his death, and it's only Luke left. 1 walks right into his scope. Now he's got to rack up 3 more. Example just hiding right around this corner as well. So with the minute 20 left, he's got plenty of time to be able to go for this clutch, but he's not got plenty of teammates to utilize in this one. There's Luke getting chopped away. Or chopping away another one. Sorry. Bit rusty, maybe. Maybe I'm rusty today. That's 2 frags, and he's expended a minute off this clock. Needs to get the bomb down here, and maybe lemmying down to the B bomb site's the best approach. He's got 20 seconds left, and remember this window's gone, so he should be able to get it down onto B, but whether then he can get past... Oh, he has actually circumnavigated the defense. There's nobody down here. This could be absolutely perfect. Now, he's going to give away his position, but... Oh, no, he can't get down! He doesn't get the bomb down in time! Oh, he does. Last millisecond. Misses the no-scope. They're wrapping in on him. And Example's going to be able to tap it away with the pistol. So, does find another one. And that's Team Spirit not making the board for an 11th. Namassier finally finding their 4th in this game so far. 10-5, the best scoreline. And I said on Mirage earlier today, if you watched our previous game, I said 10-5 on Mirage is the difference maker. That's when you get a devastating performance, I would say, where it's very hard to come back. On Nuke, I would say that pin probably goes further towards the center, probably goes further towards maybe only 7-8 rounds on the T side. So Team Spirit are doing very well. So far, Coldy, he does find a straight up headshot. Going to be traded back. His Bloody Wolf tries to line him up with the Famous, only able to find the 1 though, as this is now a 3 versus 3. Namassier have to really reevaluate their approach. And I know the nuke minimap is sometimes horrendous to see, but Q Rush playing aggressively again on towards the A site, and both other players towards ramp in B. We can see that it's definitely going to be the A side of things this time, with Sumdai Young just holding this angle down, not knowing exactly where Q Rush is playing, who has got aggressive, remember, so this is an interesting state of affairs for them. This is a great angle from Q Rush as well. Like, he's not getting too aggressive on this one. "40 seconds on the clock. Team Spirit do sometimes like whittling down the time. They're doing it again. They've really got to challenge Q Rush at some point, who does find that sideline. Oh, there's the bomb as well. Great play from Q Rush, as Sumdai Young's going to be his second victim. And that's the half 10-5. So Q Rush and the Massier finally do start to come back in towards this one. And that is going to be a pretty decent scoreline here at half time. Getting back into the game now, the second pistol round. As Team Spirit gonna be 5 rounds up, and yeah, this is really not where you want to be. You want it to be 10-5 the other side. And now a fast pistol round for Namassier, sending a bunch of players towards ramp. And Q Rush going to be the first man to find a headshot. So Sotvig does drop Luke. This is a big crossfire as Luke does find a bunch of kills in that engagement. And Bloody Wolf finds himself in a 4 versus 1 here. Cheeky bit of squid on the screen. Spam this can to help Namassier. Do 16-10. Maybe he thinks 10 is pronounced 10. Spam this can to help Namassier win 16-10. It half works. It like a third works. 40% works, I'd say. Q Rush going to get tagged back. He's got a deagle, but up against a scout, the range advantage definitely not on his side. Obviously, both one taps to the head, but the scout, it's got that scope on it. It's obviously a sniper rifle. Luke, I would say an up-and-coming sniper in the CIS scene. We've seen 3 Russian teams here today. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. It's greatly appreciated. You're watching Legend Series. It's day 11 here. And you're watching Namassier versus Team Spirit, of course. Team Spirit seemingly very confident here on Nuke. Oh, and Cody's going to hold it down. Almost 3 frags there, but Sotvig got to find that third. Cody did grab a triple. He's on 20 frags in this first half. And if we have a look at the scoreboard and really talk about how this one's coming to fruition, it's Cody heading up the party. 2 KD, 20 and 10. Sotvig and 15 and 8. That's almost 2 KD as well. Sumdai Young, 14 and 8. So these 3 top players sitting on about 2 kill to death ratio. Roundabout, and this round to pad the stats should be able to put that one into context. You can see Namassier couldn't really get things running. I think Cash might be their map a little bit more. Die Hunter says Subtrain is coming in 15 minutes. What's that noise? Choo choo. It's a Subtrain. It's coming in, boys. It's 15 minutes away from its destination. I don't think this map has 15 minutes left, though. Obviously, this is a best of 2, so Cash coming up in just a few moments. But Team Spirit in this 4 versus 3. They've got players all over this map as well. And Amassier haven't been able to break down any of this defense. So this is still going to have to be a straight-up headshot. Dima finds it, backs off straight away. That's exactly how you want to be playing ramp as well. 1 kill, staying alive. He's actually going to fall after holding them back for 10-15 seconds, but the rotate's already downstairs. The Massier don't have either of these bomb sites, and Sumdai Young coming in for the flank should be able to spot out Fiend as soon as he takes this angle. An easy headshot. Spots the shoulder, nails the head. And that's a 5-14 scoreline. A lot of footsteps, and Sumdai Young, playing exceptionally close to this angle, can pretty much hear it all. So he's re-rotating back towards ramp, and this is actually faulty information at this point. They ran over towards ramp, maybe even baiting the footsteps. Maybe they knew that, and now they're back towards outside, back towards main. But Sumdai Young's back on the A site, so no real change up on this defense. And Team Spirit, they do seem a little bit scatty. They didn't have their positions right off the offset. But Igor about to make this push out. Does actually nail a headshot, but Sumdai Young from up top. This is one of the hardest places to weed a CT out of in the whole of CSGO. And now an early map point for Team Spirit. Remember, Legend Series takes into account how many rounds you win per map. So if Demacia can take a couple of rounds more, they could really make a difference on the scoreboard. It definitely can. It limits the amount of rounds that your opponent wins and limits the amount that you lose as an opponent, as a winner or loser. You're going to find 2 frags right off the offset, so Team Spirit giving a couple away right off the bat. And Bloody Wolf going to tap away another one. So 5 versus 2. Spam this Smorik to help Agoric. I like that. That's a good one. I'm a fan of that one. Sumdai Young gonna fall in the 21st round. 15-6 scoreline though. So this is still a long, long way back for Namassier. They're going to need 10, now 9 in a row. And with the double AWP setup on the T side of Nuke, I hate to say it, but that could be a sign that Namassier aren't too confident. Sometimes a double AWP setup isn't the best idea. And here and now, that could certainly be the case. Nade rains in. A little bit of damage onto Fiend. There's another nade elsewhere, but Luke's going to nail that first shot. Bloody Wolf down, and now Namassier have to fight. Map point against them. Man advantage against them. Are you ready? Put your cans in the air. Best host in Counter-Strike? I certainly agree to fine. Namassier a little low on health here, a little low on players. His example also goes down. Sodvig finds him, and now, oh, Cody does get traded out there. Namassier needs to get onto this A bomb site, really, since the bomb's towards that side of the map. Sumdai Young's able to hit a crucial headshot, and it leaves just the double up setup left. Q-Rush actually making noise with that one up. Scoping, obviously, can be heard by your opponents. Q-Rush throwing that one into action, and Agoric's right above him, but he's going to be found out. Now Q-Rush going to be funneled through the same angle. Gonna find one more. Needs this 1 versus 2 though, and right into the Fire and Flames Molotov. It's a 16-6, and that wasn't very competitive there on Nuke. Namassier kind of struggling on their CT side. A 10-5 half is never good enough. That means that when you switch onto what should be the less advantageous side, onto your T side, that means that the game should be over at that point. So Namassier not being able to put the points on the board. It's a 16-6, but their map pick's coming up next. It's going to be Cash, and it's coming up in about 5 minutes. ELC Gaming, and we're looking forward to one of the greatest events we've ever had. The Ireland E-Stars will feature a tour with our esports truck, Big Betty, all the way through Ireland. We will start right here from our headquarters in Germany, where Big Betty will take 2 ferries to get to Ireland. The first from Rotterdam to Hull, then from Holyhead, which will take Betty directly to Dublin. From there, she will travel to 9 different locations in 9 weeks, where we'll visit the best football clubs in Ireland. But to do what exactly? To host one of the biggest League of Legends tournaments ever to be held in Ireland. Each of the 9 teams will be represented by 5 League of Legends players, and a 10th team will represent E-Star's head sponsor, 3. After 9 weeks of tough battle, the grand final will then find its winner live from the 3 Arena in Dublin. Check out our Facebook events or visit estars.pro for further information. This is 3 Ireland's E-Stars.
Hi, I'm Liam from 3 Ireland's E-Stars.
Hi, I'm Tim from Peak.
And we're here to launch 3 Ireland's E-Stars merchandise.
Designed by Peak. Yeah, you're allowed to come off now, mate. Okay. There you go.
Three Ireland's E-Stars is an amateur gaming competition in which we will give the opportunity to an amateur gamer to become Ireland's next E-Star. We've partnered with the clubs across the League of Ireland, so there already is a rivalry there on a competition. We're dipping into that rivalry and we're taking it to the gaming scene. Peak is a very similar brand to ourselves, what Tim Crew's trying to do and break into the market, and similar to us, we're looking to break into a new market as well. I think there's a great synergy there between ourselves and Peak.
It's a really exciting partnership. It's such a new business. I think it's amazing to give anybody an opportunity to be able to go on a big stage in front of thousands and thousands of people, and the final is going to be immense.
CSGO Legends Series is back and revamped with a brand new system never before seen in competitive esports. ELC Gaming is unveiling a brand new unique point system which takes a wide range of win conditions into account. From rank of opponent played, strength on T and CT side, and variety of maps played will all influence points accumulated. Teams earn cash every time they play, with rewards given, win or lose. All matches will be broadcast twice per week, live from the ELC Hamburg studios, home of Big Betty. An all-exclusive, all-inclusive $25,000 prize pool Legends Cup awaits, where the 2 European champions will face off against a team from the US and a team from China. This is where legends are born. Welcome to Legends Series. Go to elcgaming.com for more information.
Dude, it's happening! Absolutely absolutely incredible. Surely not. Oh, what is that?
Oh, look at this boost again. Is this how they're going to win the championship?
Building up the damage. Oh, that was so clean.
We haven't seen that move at all. He gets the uppercut. Oh my god.
Damien concedes immediately.
Hello and welcome back everybody to Legend Series. I'm Squid CS and you're joining us for the last game of the day. It's between Namassier and Team Spirit. And it's going to be on Cash, which is Namassier's map pick after an underwhelming nuke, especially their CT side that they lost 5-10. It was a catastrophic performance. There's no other way to talk about it. We are now on Cash, which is going to be our fourth and final map of the day. So interesting stuff. They're live in the warm-up right now, so we'll see how they do in the knife round in just a few moments. Obviously, in the previous map, one of the talking points, and we see him in the chat a lot of the time, is Q Rush. One of those players that has a big fan base and following behind him. He's somebody that all of you guys in chat love to talk about. There he is on the screen with his little hat. I think he had alcohol on the desk as well. He is a personality, and he's one of the personalities that we kind of want in Legend Series. One of the real faces of this Namassier team, and this whole team has been structured around him for a couple of years now. As we said before, they've been invited to 4 different Legend Series, only not being invited to this first one. Let's see how this knife round goes, because on Cash can sometimes affect stuff. Vital Konikov says, ELC Gaming TV, hello. Hey, Vital, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us today in the chat. Who won the first map? Unfortunately, Team Spirit won the first map. I think that a lot of the chat probably didn't want to see that. Maybe they did. I'm not sure. I'm not biased. I don't really mind who wins this game. I like both these teams. Namassier, obviously, a team that comes to a lot of our Legend Series. Team Spirit, a team that has actually attended a few of the Legend Series as well. The Path to Santa Ana, Season 4. They were there for that one. They got pretty far in that tournament as well. So Team Spirit, one of the big names, really brings a lot of the Russian CIS and general following to these tournaments. Going to be starting off the CT side here today. Namassier just with a smoke and flash on Q Rush. He's the player that's not going for armor, instead going for that P250. Igor's got this angle on absolute lockdown, but misses that opening shot, and it allows Dima a big space in here. And Igor, oh, he's going to drop that bomb. This is terrible. Namassier, they've lost a player as well. This round's not going to be reset, and Cody finds the backtrack on the second man. So Fiend in a 1 versus 4 has to salvage the bomb and the round, and I don't think it's going to happen. Cody's here just tapping bullet after bullet in. I think USP is going to eliminate him. Look at this. I want my sub. I'm getting the Twitch shot. We got a guy donating loads of subs today. There's me. I'm eating a squid. Hey, thanks for watching. Match paused, of course. Namassier losing a player. Who did they lose? Who was it? I'm not sure. Why Yasha Krashava? That's such an impossible name to pronounce. There's another sub train coming in. Oh, one of the subs. We'll be getting back into this game very, very shortly. Of course, losing a player like that really early on is not too good in the pistol round. It kind of affects your confidence, and confidence is everything at the start of a game, especially when you've just lost another map in fairly convincing fashion. Nuke, obviously a 16-6. It's not what you want to be seeing. You want them to step up and get right into the game, maybe winning that pistol round. But that was a fairly convincing pistol round overall as well. So Namassier will be getting that 5th and final player into the server in the next couple of moments. But what can they do? Obviously, that roster is fractured up and split up as of late. And before, Namassier were taking teams fairly damn close. They took pride 16-14 on Mirage, 16-12 on Cash. Let's see what they can do against Team Spirit here on that same map on Team Cash. All 10 players are in. We're live into the second round of this video game. Did I get the sub? I think I got the sub. I got a wink. Let me type something. Oh no, I didn't. I'm very sad. Sotvik going to find both headshots there on towards mid against armored opponents as well. No big deal. That bomb's dropped and it's like pretty much round over at that point for Namassier. They're going to have to do something pretty beautiful to get back into this one. Especially with these pistols. It's going to have to be a deagle shot into the head of maybe 3 of these players. Bloody Wolf found a frag before he went down. Chew, shish kebab, be like us, Namassier. Man, I had some beautiful kebab last night. I went to a local kebab shop and I ate all of it. It was so good. I'm a weirdo. I don't even have like sauce on my kebab. I just have it meat, pita bread. That's how to do it the best. That's what you go for. Some die young. Gonna trade out frags as Namassier actually have a chance on this B site here. Fiend has stolen away an MP9. There's no Molotov to bait him out of position as well. So how's he gonna find these frags? Needs to actually close the distance here. And Q Rush going for an early peek, actually losing that one. Now Fiend, he's got to do huge work on this B bomb site. Unable to take the damage. That MP9 is actually low damage, so losing out there. And 3 rifles staying alive for Team Spirit. Just picking up from where they left off on that previous map. This might be the shortest 2 maps of Counter-Strike we've seen all Legends series. We need to see what Namassier can do with rifles, what they can do when they've got actual guns in their hands. Oh. I was smelling a permanent marker and I accidentally drew on my nose. I'm a weirdo. That's just unbelievable. 2-0 though for Team Spirit. There's Namassier with pistols again, with a couple of deagles again. There's one of the deagles going down. Another one of the pistols falling. Coldy just running rings around his Russian opponents. Right now, Fiend's got a deagle, but it's Coldy to hit that 3rd frag. Not the 4th. It's actually Q Rush with a big double there. He's going to get sidelined from Dima, but It's a headshot, and Team Spirit are going to take their third round of the game. Keeping hold of the MP9s, this is how they lost one of the early rounds earlier on Nuke. I'd like to see them go for the full reinvestment. Luke is going to pick up an AWP, but still with 2 MP9s here for that CT side. I do like sniffing a bit of pan. A bit of permanent marker. It's like addictive. It's probably doing damage to my brain. Really doing damage to the nerves of my nose, but I don't care. Big mistake from Q-Rush just there. Dives right through the smoke. Completely unforced error. And he's going to give away an AK-47 on this B-bomb site. And if Namassier loses this round, it's all his fault. We're going to all blame him, even though he's the famous one. Team Spirit have 2 players on this B-bomb site, and no rotate coming through, nobody on the A site, and no map control elsewhere. So Sumdar Young with that picked up AK-47 is going to find one, but he's here. He's going to get his head blown clean off. And now Coldy from up top needs to rain down death from above. Let's take a couple of tags down, and there's a follow-up Molotov. That's going to be huge. Oh, there's the nade as well. Almost explodes Example right out of the bomb server. Now Coldy has to take this angle. Great smoke to gain him entry back onto this B bomb site. And Fiend, you can see he's walking around there, but Example's going to give himself up. And Coldy knows that he's probably towards this left angle. Almost takes a tag straight through the smoke. How did he find that angle? But Coldy needs to look to his left right now. And Fiend's going to nail the headshot regardless. Massier take their third round, or take their first round even, against Team Spirit's third, but Eagle, $1,400 on the board and a picked up AK-47, so all members of Namassier have that rifle. Commentator, say how old you are. I am 19 years old. I've been living in Germany for about 6 months. I'm quite a weird guy. I don't speak a word of Russian. I do speak a word of Russian. I say tort, which means cake. Tort. Tort. The Russian viewers always like that one. Luke gonna catch an exposed shoulder. A second. Oh, misses that third. Can't actually end Example there, who does spray him down. And now Team Spirit just sacrificing one after one as Example has this headshot angle absolutely locked down. He twists and turns to look towards vents as Coldy's smoke is going to break up vision, as Bloody Wolf did get spotted there. So no Molotov to finish him off, but he has to hit the headshots here. There's Coldy gone, and he takes a second angle for a great 1 versus 2. 16 HP for Bloody Wolf. He puts points on the board. Eating a squid. Try to say privet. I go for privet, I would say. What does that mean? Privet. I don't speak a word of Russian just because there are so many Russian people in Germany. No fact. I don't speak a word of German either. So, there you go. Igor gonna eliminate Sotvig with that AWP. Flash pops on mid. And you can see Bloody Wolf pretty much has this A site on lockdown here. He's going to force player out of position there. And there's a quick headshot. Bounce Steamer's face right off that back wall. 5 versus 2. Oh, Privet means hello. Did I get it good? Did I do it well? Do I get a sub for that? Have I got the sub? Oh, I have got the sub. Wow, thank you so much, darling. I really appreciate that. So that's my second Russian word. So I know tort and I know privet. How's my pronunciation of privet, guys? Hello. Here's a dangerous thing. The Massier are likely going to be able to save 5 rifles here. Bloody Wolf taking this corner and loads of misses from Nuke. And yeah, that's 5 rifles, so they're not going to have to go for any reinvestment into this round. No rifles still have to be picked up. Only nades and utility. So Eagle, is he going to pick up a Molotov? Yeah, he's going to pick up nades there. I'd like to see him grab a Molotov as well. Sometimes really influential to go for that one. Thank you so much, House, for the donations tonight. We really do appreciate your support. Dima's got this angle and he flicks around for Fiend as well. He actually moves right in for that aggressive play on towards mid. This is Spirit changing it up, switching up the pace. They've even got a player towards this side of things as well. The best one, you need sub. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Commentator Top, thank you so much. Very bad to speak to English. I know, man. My pronunciation sucks. I will stick to English. Eagle's actually going for this rotate in. Let's get this bomb down. So that's a little bit of extra money in the Massier's pockets, which wasn't a real problem for them anyway. But Cody up top's going to end this round. Headshot from above. And Eagles going to get eliminated. Shashik? Shashlik? What does shashlik mean? I love? Does that mean I love? I got a feeling that that means I love. Salam papalam bratan? I don't know what that means either. These are definitely really rude things. At this point. Privet. Is that better? If I... or is it on our inwards? It's like privet. No, it's like privet. Privet. Egorek. Should I go for Egorek? I'll go for that as well. Not Egorek. Egorek. Yeah, Namassier means like building up muscle mass. I did hear that. People tell me that one like every so often. I like entertaining the Russian guys in chat. I like it. This is fun. I'm having fun. In an all-Russian game. One of the only all-Russian games we'll have in Legend Series. I think we'll only have, out of like 150 matches, I think we'll only have like 4 all-Russian games or something. So, got to make the most of it. Ah, see, the chat loves it. Om nom nom shashlik. Om nom nom. I had some shashlik last night. Let's hope it does mean kebab. Diva hidden away inside here, and Igorik's probably not going to be able to find this kill. Gets caught off guard, and Dima's actually able to escape out of vent, so he's got full checkers control here. Going to be forced out of position by that Molotov, but finds a kill regardless, and Fiend finally comes in for the peak. So Sundar Young has to hold this angle down here. The nades, the Molotovs do come in, but it's a big headshot for Sundar Young, who knows where this second man is. He should be able to nail this kill. There it is. Both headshots for Sundar Young. 5-3. We love you too. Thanks so much. Really appreciate all the support for tonight. We're almost on 30,000 followers as well. So if you're enjoying yourself, you could drop a follow. I love having the Twitch chat open. You know what? Loads of casters, they hate having it. They get hate. I don't get much hate. I really do like the Twitch chat. I think it's a great addition to the stream. Oh. Sodfig. That was nasty. A big $1,800 in his pocket for both those frags. Remember, the MP9, a lot of money. Chat's going wild as well. Chat's loving this. Your pronunciation's one of the best I've ever heard. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. 6-3 here. Now, if Team Spirit want to carry on in this game, they need to really adapt. at this point. I want to see them change things up because Demacia are fairly good at changing up their playstyle, especially on that T side. They've got a couple of set plays that they throw up their sleeve, but maybe their lack of adaptation is due to these roster changes. Sometimes when you change a few players, you don't have those final pieces of the puzzle to put together. Demacia, an example, to find that first frag. Now, Sundar Young up close. He's able to rattle off a headshot onto Bloody Wolf. Backs off on towards the B site with the C4 going the other way. Team Spirit need to really know this, and they absolutely don't right now. Sotvig is stuck back here, and there should be a flash to find him. It's the only one on Igoric, but he's playing in this side of the map, so the only flash should be utilized right here, but that tag was great. Oh, there's the follow-up frag grenade as well. Doesn't actually find his mark, but the flash is perfect. Sotvig finds it anyway. Q-Rush able to capitalize. Fiend as well with headshots on this B-bomb site, and it's only Sundar Young left. He's got an AK-47, and a couple of these players are fairly low. If you could find an example right there and then, that could have been doable, but he's back on A. He needs to find the kill right now, and Q-Rush has the angle on lockdown. Easy frag for the Russian. That's 6-4. FN John FN says, nice stream, bro. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. You can't have a stream without viewers. Another tactical pause for this game, and maybe that plays testament that this game is so close. Remember, 6-4 scoreline. The money pretty damn low on both these teams. You can see that this is probably going to be an eco for whoever loses this one. And both these teams really need to put their foot down right now. Demacia, this could be the difference between an 11-4 and an 8-7 at this point. And you can see Team Spirit obviously gaining the lead. They want the 10-11 rounds again on their CT side. They've shown us good proficiency on the T side already, but as we get back into this game, this should be close. A full buy for both teams, an AWP for Luke. Igoric's got an AWP as well. Oh my god, somebody asked an MMA question in chat. I'll answer that in a minute. I love MMA. Oh, this is a Russian chat, though. The Russian chat's going to love what I say about the MMA stuff. Khabib Nurmagomedov, best fighter. That's what I think. Khabib, best. Khabib Nurmagomedov, best UFC. That's what I think. I watched this fight. Fiend actually gets caught from that side angle as Team Spirit do steal away 2 frags. Demacia now have to find an opening and an entry, but it's not going to happen. Sundar Young, that shot was so fast. Takes Q-Rush down to 8 HP. He's completely disabled in this round. He's got to have to back off. Yeah, and Sotvig goes with a straight spray down. Finds example there. He was very low in that position. This might be an extremely great round for... Yeah, that's over. Team Spirit with 5-0 on the scoreboard. Guys, I stayed awake until 8 AM on Saturday to watch the Khabib Nurmagomedov fight. And in those first 2 rounds, he absolutely bodied Ilaquinta. And, like, what can you say? It's like, then he slowed down. He knew he won the fight. Conor McGregor, if he could get a couple of punches on, but Khabib gets him onto the ground, that could be it all gone. Good pistol frag from Q-Rush. He's been showing proficiency with the P250, remember? Cody's here on the site. He's just racking up faces. Q-Rush has a P250. He has the bomb on his back. Oh, and he's being charged in. He's going for the knife. No, Q-Rush Get stabbed down! The streamer gets classed. Oh, the Bassier. That one's got to be bad for your confidence. What's my rank in CSGO? I'm a global elite. I have you know, I'm global elite. Commentators say, Oats, Douche, Vnacha, Chetko. That sounds clean as well. Yeah, I think Khabib Nurmagomedov would get Conor McGregor onto the floor and probably submit him through like a choke or something again. In MMA, there's almost no way that you can keep your opponent like on their feet. You can't stay on your feet in MMA against, like, Khabib's takedown percentage is so damn high. It's just unbelievable. He is one of the best ground and pound aggressive UFC fighters I've ever seen. I can't remember anybody who's better on the ground than Khabib Nurmagomedov. And Conor just can't compete when you get to that. Like, easy shot for Sotvig. Conor will probably get off a couple of nice punches. He's a pretty decent boxer. I'd say he's probably one of the best boxers in UFC history. Probably the best left hook in UFC history. Oh, Namasia actually called for that pause in freeze time, but didn't get it. Oh, that's going to cause some problems. This rank does continue by the looks of things. Let's see what's going on in T-Spawn. Have we got an AFK? Yeah, it looks like Fiend is actually timed out. Luckily, this is just an eco round, so probably we'll just carry on with it. But that's not too good. We're going to lose a player here. You can see Ego Rick doesn't want to continue the round. A couple of things that have happened over the last couple of rounds have really got to shake Namasier's confidence. The knife onto Q Rush, the pause not coming through, a couple of these clutches not going their way. And these things, even if it's not Namasier's fault, does get inside your head. It really does. Probs, but Khabib leaves his chin way too open and backs off. Yeah, Khabib's way too open. He needs to hold his hands higher. His boxing's really kind of amateurish. His, like, defense, well, boxing's amateurish. He needs to really, really train his defense and have, like, a good 3-month camp. Like, strongly looking at defense. I think that their stamina's pretty similar. I think that they both kind of slow down in that fourth round. Khabib's only had one fight that went the distance. And that was a championship fight that we saw last week. Interesting. Russian people love their UFC, man. I tell you what, if Conor McGregor fought Nurmagomedov, I'd want to see that fight in Russia. That would be so mental. Give them both like $250 million or something. Now, Luke, here in checkers, getting nailed down here as they are going to move in towards him. Spots out that third man, and that's Q-Rush down and an 11-4 half for Team Spirit. So, last game it was all about their T side, this time showing us what they can do defensively. I'd put good money on Nurmagomedov winning that fight. I think that fight will happen. I don't think you need 250 mil to do it either. I think both fighters would do it for like 30, 50 million or something. That fight would make so much money. Sadly, I don't think we're going to see it this year though. So, what, are they going to make Conor fight in October? Or September? Alright, it's not going to happen now. It will happen. He won't be banned from the UFC for punching a bus and throwing a chair at a bus. That's so dumb. Some die young. Taking a couple of shots off on this A-bomb site. That bomb goes down so easily without any contest. Namassier need to get back onto this site right now. They've got the kit onto Bloody Wolf. Not Q-Rush this time with the nades, but they have to hit some headshots. And they're funneling in towards these pistols. And it's the Glocks. It's very difficult to take these out. And you see Team Spirit. They pounce. That's a 12-4 scoreline. Fiend actually dropped out before that retake came in as well. So they are going for another pause here. And this has been catastrophic for Namassier. He's dropped out about 3 times now. Talking about UFC, I think Joe Rogan's my favorite commentator of all time. Commentator, please say bro. Zabis Vnatiori Chetko. That fight is the only fight that I look forward to, says Shaney 44. Yeah, that's the only one that really gets me out of bed. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. That's what you know. I've been loving the UFC recently. I watched back the Mayweather-McGregor fight literally yesterday. That fight was so good. I was in Spain that week, and I went to an Irish bar and watched it and got absolutely hammered at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, we got there at midnight, and we were at this bar for 7, 8, 9 hours until they closed. Yeah, let's not worry about Tony Ferguson. I don't think he's going to be fighting anybody after that. Oh, look at that. The bot just banned a bunch of people. You're the best. Thanks so much. This chat, there's so much love in the chat today. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. The AK's out for Team Spirit. They're not taking any chances. They want to end this game right here, right now. Namassier, they've gone for a force buy as well. It's pistols all round, armor all round. And obviously, we've got a lot of Namassier fans in the chat. Q-Rush missing those shots with the CZ. Obviously, long range. Not range necessarily associated with the CZ too often. Only very few players can hit shots like that in the world. You cool commentator. Good luck to Cast Major. You have a very nice voice. Thanks so much. I love you back. Dima's gone down very low fairly early on. 21 HP. And now Team Spirit, they have this A site completely locked down. Massier thought it was going to be between B. They were wrong. Shaney 44's from Donegal. You mean Donegal in Ireland? So, maybe you've seen Big Betty. We've got an ELC Gaming 3 Islands E-Stars tournament in Ireland. You could go and see our team over there. Teslanex says we have fun. We have fun even. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You give smile to the Russian fans. Thanks. Thank you so much. You give me a lot of smiles tonight. Really enjoyed this one. And thank you, Die Hunter, again for the support. Really, really appreciate it. I'm not sure what your question was, Die Hunter, if you asked for one, but thank you so much. Live in London, but Irish blood. If Connor had a smarter plan for Mayweather, he may have killed him. Yeah, man. Connor's game plan going into that fight was so bad. I could talk about that for an hour. Cody does hit that first headshot. Namassier have to do work with the pistols here. And you go, Rick. He's the only player with body armor, head armor. He is going to find 1 and 2 shots with the Deagle. He is actually looking for even more. As they're facing him, this is mistakes from Team Spirit right here. They're obviously feeling confident, but this is complacency here on Cash as the CZ from behind does chip in and chip through. You go, Rick is able to steal away an AK-47, and he's on the other side of this smoke here. Where are the bullets coming from? There's a minute left, and Rick does hear that bomb getting planted. He's got some Young trapped in towards that corner, and as he moves his way out, he is going to go for the first! Dima's able to count him out. The best in this match is a commentator. Man, Team Spirit are absolutely destroying the opposition. Gurrit complaining about his FPS. I feel like Namassier have had a very rough ride tonight. I feel like they have not had the best of nights here at Legend Series. They've really had a hard time against Spirit. We don't normally see Namassier get beat up like this. This is like Khabib versus a child. Team Spirit taking lots of mid control as well. So difficult when your opponents have this much map control to even find the frags. Dima hitting headshots like that. That just takes the advantages back completely. Bloody Wolf from the side, able to lock down that crossfire. And now Team Spirit in a 2 versus 3 situation are going for this B bomb site. Some Young has even spotted out this last man. It's Fiend, and he's got the wrap around as well. Beautiful headshot. And Some Young even just going to cut off these rotations. One bullet and backs off. That bomb's planted, so open as well. So this should be an easy round, but straight through the side of the railing. It's Q Rush to find that one. Now Dima, what can he do? He's stuck here. He can hear both players on the B site at this point. Bloody Wolf's playing from up top. Oh, Q Rush gets eliminated there. And Dima does force a second man off the bomb. Bloody Wolf's moving in towards this one. Needs a headshot. Just gets a spray down. Easily done. Great composure for Dima with the triple. That pretty much closes off this map here. Great 1 versus 2. And Team Spirit might be here for the 2 versus 2. And Namassier just playing aggressive in this potentially final round. Playing with Fiend on this B-bomb site. Examples here as well. For semi-support, but it's really down to Coldy. What can he open this door? Can he open this round? Team Spirit playing a very slow round here. And Solvik is going to find that first. Textbook play from Team Spirit to stop this round. Murat, commentator, you said Russian bad words. Pfft, so what? Who cares? We're all adults. Didn't say anything that bad. Fiend's actually turned around. There's just example left. And Team Spirit wiped the floor there. 16-4 in the final round. Absolutely obliterating Namassier in that series. When we looked at Nuke, we thought, maybe this will be close. Maybe Namassier got into the game slow, got into the day slow. Maybe Nuke would be a bit of a difference maker. But that didn't work out. Team Spirit dominated on the T side, then went to the CT side, just closed it out straight away. And now on Cash, it was even more dominating on Namassier's map pick. A map that they're usually pretty good on. 16-10 against Playing Ducks. 16-12 against Pride. That was a loss against Pride, but taking lots of rounds against teams like Pride, one of the best teams in Poland. Namassier can't pull through. That's going to affect the standings pretty badly. Either way, thank you so much for joining us today, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you tonight. Make sure you join us on Thursday, where we're going to have some great CSGO action, starting with XCOM XCOM versus EPG. That's coming up. That game will be starting at 7 o'clock. And then Pride versus Pompa. That's also going to be coming up on Thursday. XCOM, of course, another Russian team as well. So if you really enjoy that Russian Counter-Strike, make sure you join us for that. And there's a whole week of matches on your screen as well. We've got QB Fire showing up twice on Thursday and then next Tuesday as well. So make sure that you join us for those one. They're going to be showing up twice next week. So QB Fire appearing... in fact, twice on that Tuesday, my bad, on the 17th of April. So that's going to be a very interesting day. Either way, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Make sure you join us on Thursday for some more CSGO Legend Series action. See you next time.